Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of What's in a Story. And to exactly find that, let's turn a corner and discover as we reach beyond several fascinating narratives like laws, myths and legends and try to understand many related big and prominent as well as small but important facts about history, literature and languages, festivals, beliefs and customs, relations and relationships, and many such things of our socio-cultural ethos, which creates the larger picture. These narratives are from present, the immediate past, and long past, and are from my books, from my work across India and South Asia. And I hope you really enjoy listening to them as much as I did when I heard them the very first time. About today's story. Today's story is titled The Story of the Preservation of Hoka Trees, and this is from the region of the Union Territory of India, Dadra and Nagar Haveli and Daman and Diu. I read this story from my book, The Owl Delivered the Good News All Night Long, Folktales, Legends and Modern Laws of India by Aleph Book Company. This story now is a little different from the usual set of stories in what we keep on featuring every week on What's in a Story. As the storyline, that is the content of the story, is still very much alive amongst us. It continues amongst us. All around us, we often meet people who are contributing variously, differently basically, towards the conservation and preservation of the environment. Unfortunately, most of these stories go unnoticed and flourish outside the limelights of media, publicity, or any kind of advertisement. Today's episode is to highlight one such effort of Ramesh Raval from Diu and his relentless work even today at the age of 76 for the preservation and conservation of a very unique and important part of our environment, Hoka trees. Hoka trees, what are they? Also known as doom palm trees, are found along the coast of Diu Island in Gujarat, which is about a 2-hour drive from the region of Somnath in Gujarat. The Hoka trees' fruits are edible and have a very distinctive feature. The key characteristics of Hoka trees include they are quite unique to Diu. They are a type of branched palm trees and have a distinctive branch structure resembling palm trees but with branches and offshoots coming out from the main trunk. They are fruit-bearing trees which are edible and have been traditionally used in Diu and other regions as well. It is said that they have a Portuguese origin. The trees were introduced in Diu by the Portuguese. They are also said to thrive in a desert-like region, particularly around oases. And the Hoka fruit is a potential source of food and has been used in local cooking. The fruit has been used in traditional medicine as well. The Hoka trees are a significant part of Diu's landscape and are also a popular tourist attraction. Now, a little about Ramesh Raval. The story was narrated to myself by Ramesh Raval, now 76 and a resident of Diu, through personal interaction for a story on conservation for my book, The Owl Delivered the Good News All Night Long, Folktales, Legends and Modern Laws of India. Now Ramesh is quite well known in the region for his conservation work with the Asiatic Lions of Gir Forest in Gujarat for a long time, for over 4 decades. And there are many interviews of Ramesh available over the internet concerning his work. For this, he has been awarded also widely by local authorities as well as by the Limca Book of Records twice and also by the World Book of Records. However, very little is known about Ramesh's work with the Hoka trees, as he still smiles and mentions that, and I quote him, "Even now, I take seeds of the tree in my pocket and keep planting them at various places." Unquote. This is indeed an inspiring story. A lone crusader as well, Ramesh has invested a large part of his life and savings towards the conservation of lion and now the work of the Hoka trees as well. If asked, "Do you get help from any youngster for your work?" he still answers, and I quote him once again, "No one is really interested to work for the environment as this does not have any payment." Unquote. Which finally brings one to think, do we really need payment to work for the preservation of our very own environment? Here's a thing to really think about. Here follows the story of how Ramesh began his work with the Lions of Gir Forest and gradually also included the work of the preservation of the Hoka trees. Like Ramesh, there are many such lone workers around us who work tirelessly for the environment. After all, there is no second option when it comes to the environment. Already, we can see the gloom spread all around us, ringing loud and clear. Let's listen to the soliloquy of such lone efforts to communicate with the rest of us, and let's turn it into a dialogue, a much needed dialogue. Let's turn it into a fruitful communication. The story of the preservation of Hoka trees. Hoka, the scientific name being Thabeca, have a story of their own in Daman and Diu. Mostly limited to the areas of Moti Daman, Hoka trees are a much coveted attraction for tourists. These trees are also a specialty of the region and are not found anywhere else in India, making them a significant representation of the verdant flora of Daman and Diu. Now, I would slightly like to also add here, there are segregated, very smaller examples also, but not officially reported, of Hoka trees in different parts of India, which receives very scanty rainfall and are arid regions, but the entire group definitely is not present there, as much as can be seen in Daman and Diu region. This rare section of greenery finds itself, however, in the same region of Daman and Diu amidst a very difficult time. Today, the tall palm trees stand as silent sentinels of the landscape facing an imminent threat of extinction. However, it is through the philanthropic work of local environmentalists, someone like Ramesh Chandra D. Raval, that the trees have found a new leash of life. What are these Hoka trees? These are also known as doom, that is DOUM, or doom, DOOM, palm or gingerbread tree. It is a dioecious palm and mostly grows up to 17 meters in height, and it bears edible oval-shaped fruits. It is considered that the Hoka trees are native to northern Africa and the Arabian Peninsula, and according to popular belief, these trees travelled to the region during the Portuguese colonial times. Ramesh Raval's preservation work with Hoka trees began in 2003, along with his conservation work of the lions in Gir Forest National Park. The story of Ramesh's work, however, did not begin with a formal training as an environmentalist, but within the confines of a classroom. He settled in Diu as a Sanskrit language teacher at a government school in 1979 and taught the secondary classes. Inspired after a visit to the Gir Forest National Park in Gujarat, Ramesh decided to work for the conservation of lions, and in 1993 he published his book titled Singh Jeevan Darshan, which was in Gujarati. This reflected his observations, experiences and work with the lions during a long period of 12 years. Even today, this book holds significance of being the only one of its kind with reference to a close study of the lions in the region. Ramesh speaks very fondly of his experiences that went into the making of the book, including keen observations about the behavior of lions, their interactions within their packs, as well as with humans around them. Ramesh recalls how, upon returning from the trip, he performed a puja in a manner of paying respect to the Asiatic lion and to seek blessings to proceed with the documentation of his work, and this is how he began his work initially. The book was an instant success and often also till date acts as an important document for many environmentalists visiting the region or wanting to work in similar topics in the region. Ramesh has also been rewarded by local authorities as well as international authorities for his conservation work. Unlike his work with the Gir Forest lions, Ramesh Raval's work with the local Hoka trees is very less known. He first began to notice Hoka trees on his different and various trips across the region. He realized that these Schedule 1 trees were on the verge of extinction. Since this is the only region in India which had Hoka trees, Ramesh Raval decided to work for their preservation. Thus, in 2004, on the 4th of December, which happens to be his birthday, he arranged for a tree plantation drive where 1,008 trees were planted with the help of several schoolboys. Now, there is a belief associated with Hoka trees that the saplings will grow into maturity when they are worshipped by a Kumari, that is a pre-pubescent girl. Thus, a year later, that is in 2005, and on the same day, that is 4th of December, he arranged for a puja of the saplings which were planted a year earlier by several Kumaris. This program was attended by various dignitaries of the region. In the course of 1 year, out of the 1,008 trees, around 900 saplings had taken roots. Unfortunately, however, at present, several of these plants have been removed due to various developmental work in the region, which required clearing of huge acres of verdant land cover. However, despite all odds and changing circumstances, Ramesh Raval's work of preserving Hoka trees continues. His diligent efforts even saw an attempt to relocate several hundreds of saplings to Gujarat. He had gifted more than 200 saplings to the forest department as well. However, the saplings never took roots in spite of utmost care. Ramesh believes the climate and the environment of Diu to be extremely conducive for the growth and development of the trees. His belief inspires his conservation work. Hopefully, his hard work will pay off, and in the course of time, the story of Hoka trees will continue to survive as symbols of inspiration.